with 7 points, in physics and chemistry, each. And the best thing was, the head of the science department came up to her and said, "Hey, little miss, you know in the whole school's history, there has been no pure sciences student to have ever failed both? You're the first!" And guess how she felt? Defeated and ashamed. She was ashamed for not doing well enough. She didn't do well for one exam. And she was branded failure. She was looked down by peers and teachers alike. She could have given up. She did, for a while. But fast forward about 15 years or so later, she's giving a talk on TEDx right now. Hello again, I'm Rhoda. Today, I'd like to talk to you about our schizo selves and to encourage you to embrace the lesser you. So who is this lesser you? The idea of the lesser you refers to the version of us that we're not proud of. We all have a good and bad side, and there are always internal struggles that we just can't shake off. Well, there's a good side of us that is compassionate, loving, giving, and brave. There's the other side of us that is judgmental, angry, scared, and self-serving. And these two sides are in constant battle. And in our culture, failure is a dirty word. Parents send their children for tuition and enrichment classes for the sole purpose of dodging failure. Did this girl go through those? Yeah, sure. But look where it took her when a setback hit. So you see, all the tuition and the prep talk about how important doing well is did little to prepare me to overcome setbacks. When parents send their kids for enrichment and tuition, hoping that their children would enjoy a smooth academic journey, what they're not doing at the same time is to equip these children with coping skills to overcome setbacks and failures in life. I don't have to tell you what a thriving industry the enrichment and tuition classes have become. And yet, from my experience working with teenage students, what really helps them succeed is the ability to acknowledge and accept failure as part of the growth process. I'm not putting the blame on parents. What I'm saying is that we, as a culture, need to change. We're the people that make up society, and we must learn from ourselves. We know that our culture does not condone failure as part of growth, and that needs to change, starting from you and me. Let me show you a picture. Click it out. Yeah. Where do you see yourself? Very often, we're brought up to aspire, to aim high. We're told to aim for the moon and reach for the stars. But we forget to acknowledge that while all the stars might shine equally bright, our eyes can only focus on a few at a time. And so at any point of time, there are some dimmer ones. So our effort and work does not always receive the recognition it deserves. And there are yet the rest of us who see ourselves as the grass and the leaves in this picture. Like, you know, when pedestrians brush you aside and step on you to take a closer look at the flowers. But you know what? That's okay. Because life is a long journey with ups and downs. So we don't forever shine, neither do we forever stay unnoticed in the background. And I know this sounds cliche. It never hit me how difficult it'd be until I experienced it. So during the year I retook my O-levels as a private candidate, I constantly questioned my meaning of life. Seeing my friends moving on to JCs and polytechnics was like running on a marathon with 40 friends, and they finished the race without you because you tripped on something along the way. And at the bottom of it, I was caught up in shame. So much so that I didn't want to see or talk to anyone. I wished for a new identity to start anew because I couldn't accept the version of me that failed. But the solution wasn't to run away, sweep it under the carpet and go, a bad side of me. No, I'm good. All I need is to start somewhere new where nobody knows of me or my failure, and I'll be good. Why can't can that be the solution? Because I would fail again. I would disappoint my friends. I would fail a test. I'll freak out in a presentation, and I mismanage my time. I would fail everyone around me at one point or another. And I can't be running to somewhere new every time I encountered a failure or setback. Instead, the solution was to understand and accept my situation, my emotional response, and the positive ways to overcome these challenges. But it couldn't be done without self-love and appreciation. You know, there were times I felt suicidal. I saw no meaning or value in my life. You know how mosquitoes breed in stagnant water? I saw myself as the larvae in those dark corners of the world that nobody sees. And I wasn't alone. In 2017, according to Samaritans of Singapore, the leading cause of death among people aged 10 to 29 was suicide. There are 2.5 times more death from suicide than traffic accidents, resulting in 361 deaths that year. That's about one death of a young person every day. For me, eventually, I got out of that with things that I couldn't have done had I not taken a break from school. I experimented with songwriting and sketches, which allowed me to express myself privately, to make sense of my struggles as I put them in art, which helped me to see the value of the lessons in my life, even when they came from failure. So you see, embracing yourself does not have to be public. It is a silent and lifelong battle to acknowledge that you aren't perfect. That we fail, that's okay. Because if we don't, we're never pushed to explore new opportunities or options in life. We need to learn to love those parts of us that aren't perfect. If you ask me, what did I learn that year? I would tell you, it wasn't the physics or any academic knowledge, but that I learned to live and love. I learned to live with myself and my vulnerabilities, that I wasn't always on top of things, that I wasn't the best, but that's okay. Because these iniquities shape the future me and make me better. I learned resilience for a goal that I could work towards at my own pace, in my own way. And the important thing that I want to share with you today is that I'm not ashamed of that part of my life at all. You'd be surprised how it benefited me. It shaped me to be a teacher to never judge a book by its cover. I never let a first impression of a student mar my assessment. And they always know they'll receive a second chance from me to be a better person. When I embraced my lesser past, I began to see that one's failure to conform or perform does not doom or define one's future. Having walked this path crystallized my idea of success. Today, I live a successful and enjoyable life as a mother, educator, and friend by empowering those around me to live their lives meaningfully. My past has given me a platform for more sincere and genuine interaction with students, which made my journey as an educator so much more authentic when setbacks hit or confront those around me. But it wouldn't be possible if I hid it away, treated it as an alter ego, never to be exposed. If I didn't accept my past as a consequence of circumstances and bad choices, I'd be none the wiser to use it as an asset in my life. So, what is the lesser version of you? Is there something you're ashamed of today that you wish it didn't exist? Is your struggle making you see yourself as the grass and the leaves in this picture? When challenges come, does this shame drag you further into the rock bottom? I believe we all have dirty laundry. But today, I want to encourage you to embrace your weaknesses as part of you. I'd like to challenge you to acknowledge its existence, but choose not to succumb to hiding it. I want to encourage you to see that lesser you as nothing more than the other you that makes you full and whole. The other you that opens a window of possibilities outside your expectations. The other you that surprises and yet trains you to grow. With each challenge, This other you becomes more transparent and points to you a constant spiral learning process where every tougher setback results in a bigger heart, a braver spirit, and a pair of more seasoned feet to tread higher ground. That lesser you is what makes a better you. God bless you.